One for 35 years now I've been in waste paper, and it's my love story. For 35 years I've been compacting waste paper and books, smearing myself with letters until I've come to look like my encyclopedias, and a good 3 tons of them I've compacted over the years. I am a jug filled with water, both magic and plain. I have only to lean over, and a stream of beautiful thoughts flows out of me. My education has been so unwitting, I can't quite tell which of my thoughts come from me and which from my books, but that's how I've stayed attuned to myself and the world around me for the past 35 years. Because when I read, I don't really read. I pop a beautiful sentence into my mouth and suck it like a fruit drop, or I sip it like a liqueur until the thought dissolves in me like alcohol, infusing brain and heart and coursing on through the veins to the root of each blood vessel. In an average month I compact 2 tons of books. But to muster the strength for my godly labours, I've drunk so much beer over the past 35 years that it could fill an Olympic pool, an entire fish hatchery. Such wisdom as I have has come to me unwittingly, and I look on my brain as a mass of hydraulically compacted thoughts, a bale of ideas, and my head as a smooth, shiny Aladdin's lamp. How much more beautiful it must have been in the days when the only place a thought could make its mark was the human brain, and anybody wanting to squelch ideas had to compact human heads. But even that wouldn't have helped, because real thoughts come from outside and travel with us, like the noodle soup we take to work. In other words, inquisitors burn books in vain. If a book has anything to say, it burns with a quiet laugh, because any book worth its salt points up and out of itself. I've just bought one of those minuscule adder-subtractor-square rooters, a tiny little contraption no bigger than a wallet, and after screwing up my courage, I pried open the back with a screwdriver. And was I shocked and tickled to find nothing but an even tinier contraption, smaller than a postage stamp and thinner than 10 pages of a book. That and air charged with mathematical variations. When my eye lands on a real book and looks past the printed word, what it sees is disembodied thoughts flying through air, gliding on air, living off air, returning to air, because in the end everything is air, just as the host is and is not the blood of Christ. For 35 years now I've been compacting old paper and books, living as I do in a land that has known how to read and write for 15 generations, living in a one-time kingdom where it was and still is a custom, an obsession, to compact thoughts and images patiently in the heads of the population, thereby bringing them ineffable joy and even greater woe. Living among people who will lay down their lives for a bale of compacted thoughts. And now it is all recurring in me. Along with 35 years of pushing the red and green buttons on my hydraulic press, I've had 35 years of drinking beer. Not that I enjoy it. No, I loathe drunkards. I drink to make me think better, to go to the heart of what I read, because what I read not for the fun of it, or to kill time or fall asleep. I, who live in a land that has known how to read and write for 15 generations, drink so that what I read will prevent me from falling into everlasting sleep, will give me the DTs, because I share with Hegel the view that a noble-hearted man is not yet a nobleman, nor a criminal a murderer. If I knew how to write, I'd write a book about the greatest of man's joys and sorrows. It is by and from books that I've learned that the heavens are not humane, neither the heavens nor any man with a head on his shoulders. It's not that men don't wish to be humane, it just goes against common sense. Rare books perish in my press 9 under my hands, yet I am unable to stop their flow. I am nothing but a refined butcher. Books have taught me the joy of devastation. I love cloud bursts and demolition crews. I can stand for hours watching the carefully coordinated pumping motions of detonation experts as they blast entire houses, entire streets into the air, while seeming only to fill tires. I can't get enough of that first moment, the one that lifts all the bricks and stones and beams, only to cave them in quietly, like clothes dropping, like a steamer sinking swiftly to the ocean floor when its boilers have burst. There I stand in the cloud of dust, in the music of fulmination, thinking of my work deep down in the cellar where I have my press, the one where I've been working for 35 years by the light of a few electric bulbs, and where above me I hear steps moving across the courtyard, and through an opening in the ceiling, which is also a hole in the middle of the courtyard, I see heaven-sent horns of plenty in the form of bags, crates, and boxes raining.